Hi guys, finally, Love and Marriage Huntsville reunion. I'm gonna play a preview, then we'll talk about this.
So Maurice, we received a lot of questions when it comes to you and Kaiwa. Whenever Kimmy is accused of being a side chick, you don't say anything.
It's like somebody calling me an alien, right? I don't have to defend myself from being an alien. It's an impossibility.
It's an impossibility to say no, she's not.
I'm saying it's a physical impossibility that she could have been my side chick. It's literally impossible. I can pull up my U-Haul receipt for the day I moved down there.
One of the things that has been interesting is, so you said that you heard from Marcel that she was a side chick?
In a laughter moment, but yes.
The way you know for certain that I didn't say it is because Martell said I said it.
It was true.
No,
Dang.
Martell said it, so that's how you know.
How would I even know about their relationship? How would I know?
Let's start. I'm not gonna talk in order. I'm gonna just point out the main discoveries we saw. So basically, Carlos King is the one hosting it, which is a big deal for them because he's the EP. He knows basically everything behind the scenes. So it'll be hard for them to BS. And they're all like thrilled except for Marceau, Tisha, and Martell are like, this might go wrong. So we start off with like, Marceau says he thought it was a construction show, then found out it was Love and Marriage Huntsville. And so his attitude kind of changed because they knew some BS was about to come with it. And they talk about how the show started with love and now people are like, it's all argument. And they do point out all the accomplishments, which they have accomplished a lot in a short period of time. So we do tend to forget that when we see the drama. So I was happy they talked about that. Then they face Maurice and Kimmy because the side chick, whatever. Then apparently we find out Kaiwa possibly cheated on Maurice and that's why he left his marriage. So that makes sense that, you know, the way he left was so abrupt and her not having closure. That does make sense. But girl, if you cheated, you cheated. Then we go to, it's mostly about Mel and Martell. They played their whole, when they were married till now, they asked them, do they have regrets about doing the show? Like, do they think the show affected the marriage? And Mel is like, no. Martell is like, BS. It definitely did. He thought his marriage would still be together, which is so confusing based on the conversation we have later on. So basically he wanted to cheat in peace. That's what it sounds like, because he wasn't willing to change anything. And I'm like, how can you blame the show? Even when they were not filming, you were still doing crap that caused the demise of your marriage. So apparently she says throughout their marriage, they have been married, I think 10 years by the time we met them. And she said she didn't know anything about cheating until 2017 when the side chick called. And at this point, you know, they had a big blowout. Marcel was called because at that point, they were all kind of working together. And Marcel was trying to like diffuse the situation, like just bring it down. He called Martell. Martell didn't pick up. He called Melody. Melody didn't pick up. Melody was hot. He invited her out for drinks, which Martell took to be disrespectful. I'm like, well, maybe he just someone that drinks and wanted to go somewhere comfortable for him. Tisha looked pissed though. Tisha was like, you invited her for drinks? Because they were trying to brush over it. She kept going back to it, talking about, who did you invite for drinks, sir? Like, what is going on? So they keep on going. Tisha is definitely visibly upset because I don't think she ever knew that was suggested, but they confirmed they never went for drinks. He was very innocent. And why would Martell think that his friend was gonna cheat just because he was trying to be there for them when they were like having a tough time in their marriage? You know, it doesn't make sense, but that is Martell. Then we kind of go on to the meat and potatoes of this. And it's kind of like about that 2017 timeline. And you know how he's always like, Mel cheated too, Mel cheated too. So in 2017, we already knew Mel moved out. But Mel denied sleeping with someone. But Martell now says, I have a recording of it. Then Mel starts telling the truth. She's like, the person performed down their activity on me. And he was like, you told me you did it to him. And when Martell says, I have a recording, she was like, well, I don't remember. I was like, how don't you remember something this big? But we knew she was lying. And I love that Carlos is like, girl, that sounds kind of sketchy that you don't remember. Who doesn't remember something that huge? And she wouldn't confirm that they had sexual activity, which I think they did because she was mad. She moved out. Her husband just cheated on her in the first time during their marriage. But whatever. She wasn't wrong because they were separated. So I don't know why she wouldn't own it. I think it's just maybe for optics. But eventually they came back together and he still was acting crazy. And apparently Melania was born December, I guess, 2019. And they took, was it 2019? Yeah, she said December 2019. Then COVID hit 2020, like everybody knows. And she said their businesses and everything kind of shut down, but Martell kept leaving the house for hours, and his conversations changed, kind of turned her to condone what he was doing. And she was like, at that point, that's when she knew their marriage was over, and that's when, you know, she looked to file. So I was like, oh my God. So Carlos hits the nail on the head, because he's like, you know, people keep saying the side chick is a side chick, but it seems that you are in love with her because you couldn't let this girl go. Like, even Martell was like, he went to church, he prayed, he tried to like basically pray this demon off him because he could see what he was doing to his family, and he didn't want to lose his family. But for some reason, it wouldn't work. Then they shall go back and forth about that, and it was apparent that he was in love with this woman, which, you know what? People do fall out of love. It sucks for the person still in it full time. But what I don't like about Martell is that he tries to destroy Mel, even though the downfall of their marriage is theirs. Oh, I missed the part where he tried to take credit for all her success. He says it was there. If you did all that for her, do it for you, sir. Why are you the one that's filing bankruptcy? Why are you the one whose funds is low? Do it for yourself, since you raised her up and made her this brand that is successful. But the show goes to the end when Carlos asks, so if you met side chick before Mel, do you think you'd be married to her? And Martell is quiet. And I think the silence spoke. I think the answer is a yes. I don't know what that woman does to him, but he is sprung and he can't leave her alone. There is something she gives him that Mel couldn't give him or doesn't give him. And I'm not blaming Mel. You decided better or worse. You worked through stuff. And I don't think he gave his marriage a chance. That's the annoying thing. But he also didn't think Mel would leave. It's like he wants to have his cake and eat it too. And Mel is like, I ain't doing no polygamy. Go find yourself somebody else. But yeah, it was a good reunion. I'm looking forward to next week. Let me know your thoughts. Comment, like, subscribe, share. Thank you guys. See y'all soon.